plays the move c4, and Mr. Peters, international master, chooses to go for it's a form of Tarrasch. C takes d5, knight takes d5, but this is a little bit of a different kind of Tarrasch. e5 transposer, but then maybe he didn't want to play actual Tarrasch, so he took with a knight, castles, and after knight takes d5. Here, I think he realized that queen d5 may run into some issue with knight e5. He may not want to play this position against Petrosian. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it's a problem, but he somehow didn't want to enter this line. Maybe he could play queen d5 and keep his pawns. Maybe he was worried that after d takes c5, he'll have problem with bishop e3, and that wouldn't be a fun thing to do. So anyways, he took with the e pawn to e takes d5. Petrosian took, bishop takes, and Petrosian played a3, preparing the move b4. And Mr. Peters played a5, preventing b4. Okay, that's a preventive measure. Now I want everyone to think about it. Black has this d pawn. He's planning to play bishop g4, which is not under attack. It's an IQP, isolated queen's pawn, but it's not under attack at this point. He wants to put pressure with bishop g4 and rook e8 and maybe queen d7 and push this pawn further. What measures should I take against black's play? What should white do? I give everyone, and this is a very typical maneuver. So I give everyone about two minutes here. Yeah, 2 minutes is good. Okay, I have some answers here. Let me see. Okay, actually, I have a few answers here. Oh, didn't pop up. No, wait a second. For some reason, it does. Ah, now it works. All right. Think more, guys. Think more. Everyone has about 1 full minute. Okay, guys, time up. So this is a very classical idea, very important idea, and I would like you to pay good attention to it. So white goes knight e1. It's not necessarily the best engine move, but I give it an exclam. I don't put it here, but you'll see it when you see the PGN of the training. So I mean queen c2, bishop g5 is the way engine will play, but I like this move knight e1 a lot. I put pressure on that pawn, so once it goes d4, that d4 prevents this bishop from being active and putting any pressure. So this bishop is suppressed or oppressed here. The move bishop e6 was more accurate. This was more accurate. So after the move d4, he goes knight d3. And after bishop e6, this knight is a monster, is a very strong blockade. We talked about blockade, I think, in my very first seminar, the very first class. And actually in that one also we had a game of Petrosian with black pieces against Reshevsky, where he sacrificed with rook e6 and build a blockade. Petrosian loved blockade. One of the ways to take preventive measures and play prophylactic chess is to build blockades. Take that note. Write it down somewhere. Build the blockade. Okay. Now he has to develop bishop d2, rook e8, rook e1, rook c1, rook bishop g4, rook e1, rook c8, h3. Now bishop has to go back to f5. This move is forced, because if this move runs into knight f4, and then you get the two bishops. I mean, yes, we want the blockade, but two bishops is also good. So bishop f5 was played, queen b3, and Richards played bishop. Richards. Peters played bishop to e4. Bishop takes e4. Rook takes e4. And now he played queen b5. Okay, so far so good. One repetition. Okay, not repetition, actually. One exchange. Bishop g5. Queen d6. Rook c1. Why did he play rook c1? Because then with the tempo he wins. Because he has a mate now. He has some mating threats. So you must go back rook e8. Bishop f4. Queen d8, and now we go rook c2. Now this is a beautiful maneuver by Petrosian, combining attack and defense at the same time. All right, he has a good control. He's not winning, but he has now obtained advantage. His pieces are better. Look at his minor pieces compared to black's. All right, but he's this cautious. Black is not out of moves. h4, h6, queen b5, knight a7, queen back f5. That's Petrosian repeating moves. He likes that. He likes to do that. Now, everyone, here I'm going to give quite some time. 4 is a little bit too much given how much position we have. I'm going to give a very solid 3.5 minutes, and we're going to discuss what exactly what has to do to win this position or play for a win in this position. And it's very interesting, guys. You let the engineer on for a long time. He will not offer this one. Maybe Lila or Fatfish would do that. Stockfish will not do this. And you would say, okay, if they don't do this, so how can this be the best way to play? Look, it's a way of playing which is good enough, and in an actual over the board game, this kind of prophylactic measure could lead to a victory because it's very hard to meet. I mean, black has to find like subtle defenses or here and there. But anyways, what should be White's plan? White's preventive measure to go for a win here. A very solid 3.5 minutes. And if you find the solution, guys, you can be very proud of yourself. You can go to the plus 2200 level classes or tournaments. Okay, I don't have any answers, guys. Good. So you're taking your time to think about it. Good. Okay. All right, guys. So 30 seconds. No answers? Okay. All right. So I'm going to explain this one. Seems to be the hard one for everyone, this one. Or maybe everybody's just tired. Anyways, the idea is king f1. I'm going to march this king over here, and then I start pushing my pawns. And now the preventive measures I'm taking is I'm securing my king on b1, and then I start pushing the pawns. So after this move, rook e6, then as usual, Petrosian repeats a little bit here and there. Queen b5. He's not afraid of knight takes f4. He just will take with a knight and back and then start pushing. Black's problem, as I said, is the bishop on b6, which is oppressed and suppressed with the bishop on b6. That's his problem. Okay. Oh. Knight f6, king d1, knight d5 back. I don't know if it was a time pressure or something. Bishop e5, knight e7, and g4, preventing the knight from going to f5. And after knight c6, he has the move bishop g3. Knight a7, whether it was time pressure or something. Queen b3, and knight c6, king c1, securing the king. Rook e4, attacking the pawn, but f3. Okay, he got a very good score for his rook. But is that what it is? King b1. Okay, now the first phase of plan has been accomplished. Who got dazzled? Who is dazzled by this idea and really enjoyed seeing it? Anyone? Anyone liked it? Nobody liked it? Okay. Someone has seen this before. Okay. So, and after knight e7, I'm going to show how he finished him off. This is a big mistake. Bishop h4. It's a nice pin. Queen d6. Bishop e7. Rook e7. Rook c8 check. Rook f8. And this is just game over. The pawn f7 is hanging. Queen c7, f4. And then there's no defense against this maneuver. He ended up winning this game in a few moves. Let me just show you. Bishop c5, queen d5, rook e5. And rook takes f7. And here he resigned because he takes on c7, b7, and everything. And he will be up 2 pawns in the end game. Black pieces are all bad, no counterplay. All right, guys. One similar simple ideas to this one. And we will move on to something a little bit more difficult.